Hello everyone, I'm here to show you how to solve the Professor's Cube, as it's known. It's a Rubik's 5 by 5 by 5, also known as a Professor's Cube. So, to start off, first thing you have to know is how to solve a basic 3 by 3. So, here's a basic 3 by 3. If you don't know how to solve one yet, first get familiar with this and then come back and watch my video later on how to solve this. Because a lot of what the skills you'll have to know have to do with this. Also, it would be helpful if you know how to solve a 4 by 4 by 4. Because some of the very moves you will make to solve this, you should already know how to do on this. A lot of them are very similar. They're different, but they're similar. So here are all three of them together. But first, I'm going to give this one a good scramble. And it'll take a lot longer than scrambling this or the other ones, because of course there's more moves to make to do that. But one of the things you'll find if you have experience solving the 3 by 3 or the 4 by 4, you'll find in many ways this is easier than the 4 by 4. Don't be fooled by numbers of squares or anything. There are some ways that make the 5 by 5 easier than the 4 by 4. So one of the things that's easier is the 4 by 4 does not have fixed centers. These can be moved into all different positions on all different sides, and if you're not familiar with your cube, it could take a while to figure out the orders that this goes on. Same with anything. And before I go, also, I know I have a lot of knitting fans. Most people know me for my knitting, so someone is asking me if I have a Rubik's Cube sweater or jumper. The answer is I have one as a work in progress. If I had it finished, I would be wearing it now. But since that's not the case, I'll probably do another series of these videos once I have it finished. But for now, let's get down to business. So here, as you see, this is the yellow side, and on the opposite is the white side. You can pick a color, any color that you want. That's your favorite color. My favorite color being yellow, I always like to start on the yellow side. So what we're going to do is we're going to form like a cross symbol. We're going to solve these pieces on each side like this. That's how you start, and you start on your natural color side, which is yellow. So we're going to get these 4 pieces on the yellow side in place. So we have to first locate them. One is on the bottom, and if you turn it here, it would be here, and here you already have that yellow solved. So instead we're going to turn it to another position and just rotate it in place. That's easy. Here's another one on the bottom, so we just rotate it in place. Here it is. Now we have to find the other one. Here it is, and we want to bring it into here. So you simply turn this like this and then rotate it into place. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Don't worry about these at the moment. We'll get to that later. Here on the white side, we have one of them solved in place already. And since the white is opposite from the yellow, and the yellow is already solved, you'll know that the white ones will have to be on these 4 sides. So let's go around the cube and locate some of them. So here's a white one. So we're going to try to get it here. So let's turn it here. But by doing this, you disturb this yellow one. We will have to bring it back to here. So we want to turn this like this now. Then we rotate this yellow back. And now, here we got yellow number 2, white number 2. Here's another one. Here, you've turned it here now. To get the yellow one back in place, you just turn it around here and go like that. And now you have 3 of the 4 white pieces solved. And here's the 4th white one here. So we want to get it here. So we're going to turn it here. And in order to get the yellow back in place now, we're going to turn it to this side. And then turn it once this way. And then turn the yellow back this way. It's one side short of here. And then the white and yellow will be opposite. So you only have to turn them once more to get them both. So now you have all the whites in place and all the yellows in place. So in order around the cube, holding it with the yellow on top, we've got blue, red, green, and orange. You can call them in any order you want. It doesn't matter which one you start with. So what we're going to do is first, it just happens right now that in this case, this is solved. So we're going to start off by getting like a line of 3 here solved on for each of those colors. We're lucky this time the blue is in place. So next we move on to the red. And the way you do that is, there's one red solved already. So if we turn here, we see there's another red on top. Just simply rotate it like this and turn the red like this. And then you can move this and this. You can even move this and this without disturbing either of those that you've solved already. Here is a green vertical line. All you have to do is turn it horizontal. We're lucky it's solved already. Now we have to do an orange. So we have an orange here or an orange here. You can work with either one. So we can turn it like this. Here's an orange. Turn it like this. And now rotate it like this. So all around all 4 sides, we have a horizontal line. Now we're going to get in these bottom places. Here's one that's already solved. We're going to solve these ones on all 4 of these sides. So blue is already taken care of. Here's red. It turns out there's a red already here, so you don't even have to rotate one here. Just turn it around like this and you have a red one solved. Same with green and orange. If it was not the case, you could rotate one there on the top face here, but we don't need to. Now we're going to solve these top ones. So what you're going to do is pick one color. Pick blue and just rotate it to the blue face, and there, one of them, you can solve that easily. And then it turns out we're lucky this time. All of these are solved, but I'm going to unsolve and then resolve one of them just to show you how I do this. You can switch around any of these 2 easily. You turn this, rotate this 180 degrees, turn it back, and rotate it 180 degrees, and here you've switched them around, the blue and the red. So I'm going to resolve them by going, turn this, rotate it 180 degrees, and keep on doing that until you have them all solved. Now we have the cross solved on all 6 sides. Now we're going to work on these corners, and you'll find at this time some of them you'll be lucky are solved already, but you have 24 of them you have to do. And there's a way you can move a piece from here to here. No matter what colors they are, you can either move something from here to here or from here to here without disturbing anything that you've solved already. And you'll need to do it a maximum of 24 times, 23 times actually, but you'll probably do it a lot less. As I show you, we're just lucky these 2 are solved already. So what you want to do, here's a yellow that you want to be on this side. So take a piece that's not yellow, and we're going to move this to here. So see on this top row, you see there's what you see on the top row is the way you do that. You go like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this again, and now turn it 180 degrees, and like this, and then it's once you turn it 180 degrees, which you don't really need to do that because you got it onto the side already, here it is in place. So one of the nice things also, I'm going to show you this one sometime too. you can also move something from the bottom to the top if you, but I'll show you that some other time. First we're going to solve this other yellow, and we're going to do that again. You turn this away, then turn this like this, and then back toward you, and like this, and then away again, 180, and then back toward you. Now we have the yellow side completely solved. Now we're going to solve the white side, since it's it doesn't matter what order you do these in, but I'm just doing the opposite for show. So we're going to put a white piece here to go into a piece that's not white over here. So here, away from you, 180, toward you, this way, here, now all the way around, and here, and we got it. And here, I'm going to show you another trick. If you take a piece that belongs here, and then there happens to be a piece in it right now that's the color of this side, you want to try to do that as much as possible, because in the process, you're solving not one, but two pieces. So here's a white that belongs here, and here's an orange that belongs here. So here, we're turning this away, rotate this back toward you, rotate, away again, rotate it 180, and then back toward you, and here you've solved the orange and you've solved the white. So there's another white piece here on this side, so let's do this again. Watch as I'm doing all these moves. You can do them from either side in the reverse order if you want. So here's the final white piece you want to get. This is in the place you want it to be. We turn it, so this is the one unsolved piece, and we're going to do it again. And here the white side is solved. So now we only have these four sides to do. So let's start with one color. It doesn't matter what order you do them in. You don't have to do one side all at once. You just have to get one piece done. And I do want to show you a trick here. Here's, on this red side, there's an orange. And you want it to be on this orange side. So you can do it exactly from one opposite side to the other. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it here, so the target location of this is the exact opposite of here. If you were looking straight through, if you were to drill a hole directly through the cube or something, that's what it would do. So what you do at this point to turn it to the orange side, which is exactly opposite, I'm going to hold it down. So the piece that you want to move here is on the bottom. So here you turn this 180 degrees, turn 180 degrees back, and then another 180 all the way around and back. And here you got it on here, just like it should be. So if you look at it, that's the bottom in here, what it says. I'm holding this here for a few seconds so you can screenshot it if you want. So there you go. So now we'll just solve the rest of these. So on this blue side is a red. So we're going to bring this blue here. So this way we can solve two at once by just going like this. The normal set of moves. And we did it. And here is the other red piece here. So we bring it here, and here's the only one that's not red on this side, and it happens to have a green, so we'll solve that in the process too. All done. So on this orange side, we have a blue over here, and then there's an orange here that belongs here. So once again, we'll solve two. So here's the other blue. So we put a non-blue over here. It happens to be a green, and the blue over here. And here's the set of moves again. And we only have one more blue to do, which happens to be exactly opposite. So I'll show you how to do that again. So this blue belongs here. So here we turn this 180 instead of 90. And somehow I accidentally lost that in the process, but I'll get it back. And this happens sometimes. So So now we got to the point where we want to be. We just have one more set to do. So we're going to switch around these two and then we'll be all solved. So we do the set of moves once again. And here we are, all four sides are solved. Sorry about that, because I was concentrating on this. I lost where my moves, but luckily I got it back to the way it should be. And we have all four sides solved. We have all six of these centers solved. So now we have to work around these on all four sides. So the next thing you want to do is find, these are the outer edge pieces. There's an edge piece in the center of each side. There are 12 of these. And then there are these outer edge pieces. There are 24 of these. And there are 12 that are like each other. And we want to get them. Here's happens to be some that are solved. So as you notice, these are both red here and both blue here. We want to get them all like that. And there will be, you will have to make a maximum of 11 possible sets of moves to solve them. Now we can bring it down to 10 because one of them, as I showed you, is solved already. So what you want to do is find them. At this part, your eyes do more work than your hands. So here's an orange blue and here's an orange blue. So you want to bring it so they're opposite of each other over here. But at the same time, when that is the case, you'll see the same color facing you're on the same side and opposite here. So here's blue, here's orange, and here's orange. You can either put them here, or if you're lucky, you'll get a pair here and here, and both the same side, or you'll get two, but don't count on that being able to solve two at once. In this case, we'll just worry about doing one at a time. So what we want to do is return this like this, 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 and this comes back, and here we have them two on the same side where they belong. So here's the set of moves for that. You can screenshot it if you want. I'm leaving it here for several seconds. If you follow this set of moves, then you'll get it done. So I'm going to find two more that happen to match. So here's, you're lucky you got them in the same place, the place where they belong. Here's orange, white, and orange, white. So once again, you turn it like that. And this will not disturb anything else that you've already solved. Let's try to find another one. So you might have to look around a little. As I said, your eyes do more work than your hands. So here's two that match each other, green and red, but you'll have to get them opposite here and here. So in order to do that, you move this like this, you turn this like this, and then you move it back, and now they're opposite. You can either solve it holding it this way or this way. It doesn't matter. And then you do the series of moves I showed you again. Solved. Green, red. Now try to find another one. So here's red, white, and here's red, white, but you want to make them so they're like this. So in order to do that, you turn this away like this, so you can turn this without disturbing it and bringing it back. And that will not disturb anything else you've solved already. So once again, here you make your moves. And we're done. We have the red, white solved. Now let's look for another pair. And here's one. This is blue, yellow, and blue, yellow, but the blue is on this side and the yellow is on this side. You want blue or yellow to face up on the same side. So we can do that by turning this like this and this like this, and you have them in the position where you want. So now, once again, let's do the series of moves. And blue and yellow are together. As you keep on doing this more, it'll be easier to find the unsolved pairs, because as you see, there's a solved pair everywhere around here. And here's some unsolved pairs. So here's yellow and green, and turn this around, and here you've got your other yellow, green. So you just go like that. It does not matter what order you solve them in, just that you do. You can solve them in any order you want, and it doesn't matter at all. So here, green, whites, they happen to be in the right place now to do the series of moves to solve them. That will happen a lot, that you'll be lucky and find them in the right places. So here's two that are an unsolved. So let's look for one of these colors now. Here's yellow, orange, and here's yellow, orange. And in order to get them in the right place, we can go like that and like that. It's pretty easy to get them opposite from each other, because the series of moves you make will not disturb anything else that you've solved already. So let's just do it now. And here you got them. And now we have over here, here's an unsolved pair, green, orange, and blue, white. So let's find one of these, the twin to it. Here it is, blue, white. Turn it like that, and now we can solve it. And the blue, whites are solved. So at this point, you only have two unsolved pairs, and since it's possible, it's impossible to have just one unsolved pair. That means you'll solve both of them at once. So we just have to bring it across from each other. So here's one of them, and here's the other. So to get them together, we just have to go like that. And the green, orange are here, and the red, yellow are here. So they'll be solved at the same time. And voila, we did it. So now we can proceed on to the next step, which is to match up every solved pair like this with the piece that goes in the middle that matches them. That's exactly the same. And it really does not matter what order you do them with, but like for me, I like to do them in a particular order from top to bottom. I just find it easier. So in this case, what you want to do, these two are red, yellow. The piece that goes into here, you want to bring it here. But unlike the moves we were doing before, you want the color opposite of these to be here. So in this case, since yellow is here and red is here, you want the yellow to be here and the red here. So instead of turning it like that, which would do the job the other way, we want to turn it like this, and then like this, and like this, and then like this. So now it is And before you do that, this will be easy because none of these are solved, but always when you do this move, you have the piece the target piece for here is here, and you want to have on the top face here, one of these three. You want to have an unsolved set in one of these three. So what we want to do is turn the center like this, turn it up like this, and then in order to bring this back to get it back up again, you put an unsolved set over here, and then you turn it back, and then you just realign the colors, and then you have it solved. So I'm going to pick another one that has yellow in it to solve next. So here's yellow green. So we have to find the other yellow green, which happens to be here. So we have to bring it here so the yellow is on top, whereas the green is here. So let's turn it here, turn it like that, put an unsolved set here, turn it back like it is, and bring all the centers back. And here we have the yellow green solved. Now we have the yellow blue. That will be the next one we'll do. So we have to find the yellow blue piece, which is here. So what we want to do is turn it like this, go like that, turn it up here. Here's an unsolved set here, turn it back down, and here now we have the yellow blue done. Here's the yellow orange, the final yellow one. So we have to find the yellow orange piece is here, turn it so the yellow is here. So we put that in place, turn it up like that, turn this down here so an unsolved set is here, turn it back, and now turn this orange back into here. And now we have every set that has yellow in it done. Now we're going to do the next four sets, which are everything that does not have yellow or white in it. So here's the first one. These are orange and blue, and here's the orange blue piece, but we want it here with the blue facing outward. So we turn this like this, rotate it here and this. So we turn it like that, turn it up like that. Here's the only unsolved set, turn it like that, back down and reorient it, and now this is solved. So let's find another set that has neither yellow nor white in it. Here's one. This is red blue. So let's find the red blue piece. It's right here. So we can turn this like this like this like this. So we're ready to go. Except here's a problem. As you solve more pieces, you'll find that it's not uncommon to find all your pieces around the top solved. So you have to bring an unsolved set up to here. Here's one. Turn it into place. Turn this up like this. Put the unsolved set over here. Turn it down. And then bring this back. And here you have the red-blue solved. So let's find another one that has neither white nor yellow in it. Here's green-orange. So we have to find the middle green-orange edge. So we turn that here so the green is here. Here we're lucky. We have plenty of unsolved sets up here. So we turn it here, up like that, here, and there we go. So there's one more set that now to do that neither has white nor yellow in it, and that's red-green. And we have to find the other red-green piece, which is over here. So let's try to do a series of moves to bring it here. It's pretty easy to do that. Once again, we have to bring another unsolved set up here. So we're going to do that to work with it. So we have an unsolved set here. Turn this into here. So now they're all aligned. Up here, put the unsolved set here where you have this vertical line. Turn this back here, and then there you go. So now we're down to just the 4 white sets, and we're going to try to solve. We see one of them is solved already. So we basically down to having these 3 unsolved. So this is blue, white. So we're going to try to solve one of them at the very least, and put another one unsolved one on the top like that. So let's turn this here, turn it up as always. Put the unsolved set here. You keep on doing that until you're down to 2 unsolved sets. So we have white, green solved, white, blue solved, and these two are the other ones that are unsolved. There, we have to do a series of moves to get them in place. So this is where it gets a little tricky. I'm going to show you a series of moves to do it. First, I'm going to show it to you on the screen. So you can screenshot it if you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them on the top like this. It's reverse to me of what I would normally do because I'm showing it to you. So hold it so the two unsolved pieces that belong in opposite places are on top like this. So you turn these two 180 degrees. Then you turn the back 180. Then you turn these toward you 90. Then the top 180. And then once again do these two 90 and the top 180. And then you do the back 180 once again. And then these two toward you and the back 180. And these two away from you and the back 180. And these two toward you again and the back 180. And these, now you do these two 180, and sometimes you'll have one of them solved. Sometimes you'll have two of them. These are in the right place but just flipped. So there is a series of moves you can do if you only have one of them flipped the wrong way. And it's the same series of moves you do sometimes to solve a certain situation on a 4x4, but you can also, so if you want to solve just one of these at a time, I'm showing you these moves, so you can screenshot it, but there's a way to do two at a time also, which is a similar technique. You use this on the 3x3 sometimes. So what you want to do is put them on the bottom exactly opposite of each other, and then you go like this and 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 like this. Like this. This time you turn it 180 and like this and like this and like this and like this. And here you turn it again. And now all of these are completely solved. Now down to the final step. Unlike on a 4x4, on this one where you have an odd number of squares going across, solving it like a 3x3 is the final step that you'll do. So as I mentioned earlier, I assume you know how to do that if you're trying to solve one of these. So I'm not going to explain too much of the moves for this. So here we go. And of course, different situations will come out each time this happens. So now we have, one more to go. So now we have all but the bottom layer solved. And voila, there it is. Now you've seen how to solve a 5 by 5 cube. Thank you everyone for watching. And the next video like this I make will probably be solving the 6 by 6, which I'm still working on, just trying to figure out how to do it. But within a week or two, I hope to be able to know how. Thank you so much, and good night.